Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is, I'm Max, and this is my affirmation video from the book I've been writing through the Napoleon Hill Foundation. It's called 3 Feet from Gold, and they worked with Napoleon Hill, and the Napoleon Hill Foundation. This is my affirmation video of everything that I've been written through this book. Basically, just copy the book, but it's just an equivalent benefit of just writing your own book, but I don't have to worry about writing a book. I can just copy a book because there's tons of books out there. So it's easy. So I just copy this book and just think about what they think about. And you can see all my other videos. It's just a follow along and the follow up of the video before this one. We're gonna go ahead and continue on my affirmation video. And I hope you're listening and I hope you have a good day. Anyways, this is chapter 13, this is opportunities. And I'm gonna say it fast and I'm gonna get it done because it's my affirmation video and I don't care. Anyways. Continue on. That's a minute. Despite all the encouragement and wisdom I received from so many people, the very human feelings of doubt and frustration were nearly overwhelming for Greg. His bank account slipped into the negative, and he was thought about helping a roof over his head in a much more reasonable and appropriate apartment, and had become an author. And am I going to become an author? And is this the right thing to do, or is this another fantasy I made up in my head? He asked himself, and I might call him in an unguarded moment as he worked up into the manuscript in the mess to put midly into his workspace. I'm tripping, man. In the apartment. So what's going on? She asked. It just isn't working out the way I wanted to. And my replied, are you having a difficult time accepting what you're actually going to work out? Or maybe you just accept what you want in the time period in which it is. He rolled his eyes and turned back towards the open door, and he fell off into the pity and he cleaned up this room. She said, look around you and let up and let go. Let yourself do your work and do as you do. And Greg just wondered why no one else is taking his project. It's not so good. And which makes him think I'm worthy of doing it anyway. Are you finished? Maya asked. In the same way in which I once spoke to a 3-year-old, and yes, I think that's the case. Nope, that is interjected into cutting himself in self-pity and comments of which have been short of your system. Let's regroup for a minute. I don't need this, Greg said, and as he rose for his feet, you are not my mother, and if I wanted advice from you, you should ask for it. You have asked me into your life as I decided to be here, and we have chosen to be together. I'm not going to argue with you, Greg, but I'm not going to buy into your self-centeredness either. You need to open yourself up and turn off your freight train of telephone rings, saving them from the full-scale battle. Hi, Greg. Hi, it's Don Green. How are we doing? Not as well as usual, Greg responded, but we'll get over here in a hurry because I need you to call someone. He's a friend of the foundation and a huge believer in Hill's work. I have my assistant here and to send you his bio. I want you to get along with him, and you have been here to tell his story. Talk about overcoming challenges. This way is the great message. Will do, said Greg in a somewhat reinvigorated tone. I've been talking a lot. I've been flipping pages a lot. I've been a bit down about the way things been, and I've been going, sorry about that. It's to the point where I'm waiting for a sign to show itself, well then you'll never see it. You never see it. I don't even see it. Greg seen, green seed. Hey, I see. Most people go through life in the philosophy that they need something before they can believe it. Well, in the truth that they simply need to believe in something. They must know it to be true, and only then will something show itself. The student reached for his well-used notepad tucked away in a duffel bag filled with soiled laundry in a corner of his workspace. He really needed to finish moving into Maya's apartment and getting organized. Bringing his attention to the back of the notepad, Greg recorded, you must believe it, and before it, you could see it. Thanks, Don. I really needed to hear that right now. Greg said with appreciation, let me know how it goes. When he said as I hung up the phone, Greg sat down in front of his laptop to try to write one more page. The next morning, he rose completely different day with a much improved attitude. Greg felt himself as a slippery slope, but he had not yet fallen. More importantly, he saw that in Maya's new eyes. She was more supportive than ever. She in turn had seen firsthand in the change in her new man. The first time he had fell down, he had bounced right back more quickly. And his attitude came back stronger than ever. Mr. Dudley, please, Greg asked me of the receptionist and called to approach his interview, and he is accepting, which in fact is traveling in Texas right now, and has suggested I give you a direct call number. She responded. Dialing the telephone, he reflected on how things are changed. Only months before, he had basically stolen someone's jacket, but later decided to return it just to meet the owner. Today, he had literal news on which he had stored his personal cell phone directory. All this incredible people had shared their stories to help him. Let me flip this page, if I can, in my journal here. It goes deep. Now is his mission, and his duty was to make their stories available to everyone. And it's my story too. And I am the author. And Joe here dutifully answered, joining Greg back to the present. Before the call, he had done a little background check on his interview. Joe DeLulu was co-founder, president, and CEO of Doodly Products, and one of the most largest manufacturers of ethnic hair care and beauty care products, as well as the provider of cosmetology training from an original investment. Just as $10, Dudley built a profitable $300 million enterprise, beginning with manufacturing facilities in his own kitchen. With his wife and children as employees, Dudley now ran a company with more than 80,000 square feet. It operated headquarters, manufacturing facility, employing more than 400 people. However, Dudley was much more than a successful entrepreneur. He knew he was internationally as sold as an international speaker, as a humanitarian, spent much of his time giving back to his community. I'm just giving it to them. I don't even want it. She was more supportive than ever. She's in. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You gotta be careful what you talk about. Hi, Joe Greg. This is San Diego, my friend. I'm a good buddy of Don Green. Well, hello. I've been heard a lot about what you're doing. Dudley said the world needs a book like the one you're working on. Well, we need to rewind ourselves from the time that when everything wasn't on lockdown. That just because when I could get my hair cut, just because when we get knocked down doesn't mean we have to stay down. Was this guy spying on him or something? Were you spying on me? How do you know? You don't even know. Just accusing. Spying on him or something? How did you even know? That Greg, what was he going through? I've gotten a few stories to share here. Dudley said, I imagine in the 1960s being a black, uneducated, door-to-door salesman with speech impediment. I was labeled a mentally retard. Do I have to say that a little bit faster for you? In fact, I had a girlfriend who broke up with me because she didn't want me to have stupid babies. That's facts. You gotta be kidding me. How in the world did you do that? Dudley replied. I developed a strategy that helped me through the darkest times. It's personal mantra that goes like this. Seeing a great message coming. 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 Greg wrote in his next words, I can, I will, I am. I am. Willing, I can do it. I would do it. I am doing it. I can do it. I would do it. I am doing it. I can do it. I would do it. I am doing it. I can do it. I would do it. I am doing it. I can do it. I would do it. I am doing it. We all have to stay away from the negatives. Most people will be negative about what you're doing, and you're doing something well. I'm doing it well. I'm doing it well. I'm doing it so well. It just blows your mind. Fact is, a lot of people don't criticize you. Chances are you're probably not doing enough. I'm probably not doing enough. I should probably be doing more, huh? It's bad. They're just afraid of they will lose you or you'll grow away from them. Well, good. Greg was silent for a long moment, absorbing these thoughts of these great business leaders. Going door to door changed who he was, and I could in turn change the lives of others. Back when I was a child in grammar school, my teachers told me, or told my mother, that I was mentally retarded and I was to be put on Adderall, ADHD, ADD, AD. Why don't you just... Anyways, and we would never amount to anything. My mother told me, I believe in you. Yes, I know you're slow, but your teachers told you to just slow back, and you were just slow, and you're good news and bad grades and slow and everything, it sticks. Greg laughed out loud. Ha, infectious enthusiasm would continue without a beat. My mother believed in me, and I believed in my mother, and which helped me to believe in myself. I was fortunate to meet many people in which they were to raise me to be successful and educated children. Remember this, just like Napoleon Hill said, I'm Napoleon Hill, in which they sat back in a challenge in which was equal to greater opportunity. I learned that there is an advantage to everything. There's an advantage to being fast, and there's an advantage to being slow, and there's an advantage to being tall, there's an advantage to being short, there's an advantage to being discovering, and the advantage of which you're utilizing to advantage the secret. Do I have to say it again? If you don't, someone else will take it right from you. Greg summarized Dudley's point in this notepad. If I didn't use your knowledge, someone will take it away. Someone's going to take it away. I'm the one that took it away. He took it away. Dudley continues his question, which you're good at. Feeling a new sense of confidence in man asked through your ears and experience, in which your definition and experience, in which found silence and the end of fear, in which great energy. Dudley answered, through which the challenges of the many years in which senior grade school was only permitted to be segregated into a canceller and a TV radio. I got it like that. Or fancy clothes. There were 14 of us lived in a small cabin and made of it, in which was never changed. I never changed. It is the thought in which people of the background in which they can do anything they desired as long as they are passionate, and from the heart, and willing to stand out from the crowd. He took a deep breath and continued. In today's marketplace, a person in his own job can make no longer an account in which you are created a position for, in which we could respond, and I could just keep going on and on and on. Job maker, not a job taker. Before Greg realized, in response to immediately in which the track was followed, be given a golden God opportunity to follow his success equation. And now he must remember, and now he must follow, and now he must see the counsel of his mentors and reply in which he learned. He also asked duly of the piece of knowledge which he would express along the way, of which the generation in which could see this and could understand the books of inspiration. Work hard, work smart, and at the end of the day, become a job maker and not a job taker. In other words, make your own opportunities. In other words, make your own opportunities. In other words, make your own opportunities. Do I have to continue on? Yeah, I do, because this is my affirmation video. Make your own opportunities, and Greg added to his notebook, be a job maker, not a job taker, and make your own opportunities. Man, I think I said it again. That night, call he had dreaded had come through. He had tried to reach David over the past week without success. He had never followed a message which received call back before that, in which he had turned, in which he had treated, in which he had spoken daily. David had been going over the meetings to establish a new way of life without drugs or alcohol, thinking about the next steps taken in his career. Greg had been delighted as David's progress. He could hear the renewed energy of his focus and his voice. He could not wait to see him, to spend time with a sober friend and a brother in which had suddenly become nothing. Like dust. He was glad that Maya was with him, and he had picked up his cell phone to answer the call. Dave, he greeted, in which, where have you been, buddy? In which is the first steps of the sentence, which clearly had been drinking. I had fell off the wagon, he admitted. Greg was almost speechless, almost filled with fear, disappointment, and anger. He said, get a good night's sleep, and call me in the morning, Dave, and don't drink tomorrow. Now let me take it back. That was the end of the chapter.
and take it back to, I can remember what the chapter I was on, because I just filled my brain with so many words. Taking it back, taking it back. Did I go too far? I think we went too far. Let me take it forward. Take it forward like a VHS tape. Oh yeah, we gotta take it forward. There it is.
It's chapter 13 from the Napoleon Hill Foundation, 3 Feet from Gold. I copied the book into my journal here. You know, just not summarize, just straight copy the book into my journal. So I'm thinking of all of those authors. I'm thinking of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. I'm thinking of, you just see all my videos. This is how you do it right here, okay? And you repeat it in your head over and over and over again until you get the desired results that you want. And then that's just how it happens. It happens. I don't know how it happens. I'm just here. And I'm going to continue doing these videos because why not, right? Yeah. So anyways, thanks. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you're listening. I hope you got some information. And I'm Max, and I'm Max now. I'm Max now. I'm Max now. That's just how it goes when you change your mind. But I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later.